Let's talk about this new Riptide trolling motor. There's a lot to like about it, I can tell you that. I've only had it out once, but pretty impressed. So anyway, let's go over the features of this thing. Well, like I said, there's a lot of features that I like about this trolling motor. I've been a motor guide man my whole life, and the one that this one replaced was 10 years old, so there's no complaints about that one. But I bought a new motor guide for my lake boat, and I'm already on the second one of those, so not real sure about the new motor guide. So I decided to try this one. Read a lot of good things about it, and I'm pretty impressed so far. Let's look at some of the features here. It's got good, everything's stainless. All the joints, all the knuckles, composite shaft. But everything else, every piece of hardware is stainless steel, which is, you got to have that for saltwater. The handle, which I really like, this handle telescopes for one thing, which is nice. And it's a speed, it's a click speed, it's not a variable speed, which I have not had good luck with variable speed trolling motors. So this is a 5-speed forward, 3-speed reverse, and it's all switches. So you don't, I don't think there's going to be any issues there, but only time will tell on that deal. The adjustment here is really simple. You raise or lower it wherever you want it, and then this thing just snaps into place. Where the old ones, you had a thumb screw you had to crank on there. And this knob here, which controls this area of the trolling motor, that determines how stiff you want this to be. I got a lawnmower going by. Anyway, the tighter you make this, the stiffer the steering is. The more you loosen it, the easier it is to turn. But you want a little stiffness there, so you can just set it in one spot, like when you're fishing the shoreline, and it won't move on you. So all that works good. I like the way that's set up. One of the things I like best about this setup for this trolling motor is this handle. And the reason that I like this handle so much is not only will it adjust up at an angle, but you can adjust it down. Push this little button right here, and you can tuck that thing completely out of the way, which is really nice. There's been many trolling motor destroyed because of this handle sticking out when you come into a dock, and this thing gets hung up on something and tears the whole head of the trolling motor off. So that's a real nice feature there that I like a lot. We got rid of the lawnmower. Maybe you can hear me now. Another thing I really like about this trolling motor is this prop. And this is called a Weedless Wedge. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it's got these bends on each end, and then it's got these grooves cut in it. And this thing shucks grass really good, especially the long, stringy brown grass we have in the flats and stuff around here. It doesn't. My old trolling motor, a lot of times I would have to stop and put it in reverse because it would build up grass on here. But this thing hasn't done it so far. So evidently, whatever the Weedless Wedge prop is works. So I've been pretty impressed with that. This thing comes with two nuts to put the propeller on with. One of them is just plastic for fresh water, and then we've got this one, which is a sacrificial anode, which protects everything from corrosion, because anytime you've got salt water and electricity mixed, you can have electrolysis. And this is a sacrificial anode that if it's going to be, anything's going to be attacked, it'll be this piece here and not your actual trolling motor. So anyway, it works good. It's got good power, and pretty impressed with it so far. As far as, only time will tell. See how long it holds up. But if it holds up good, it's going to be a good trolling motor. I'm pretty happy with it. One other thing when it comes to dealing with trolling motors, if you'll notice right here and right here, if you will take your connections and buy you some what they call liquid tape. If you gum this up front and back all the way around with liquid tape, you won't ever have any problem with your connections and corrosion. Because if you don't do this, just the salt air, the salt spray, this stranded copper wire, once it gets some corrosion on it, that corrosion will actually migrate up that wire underneath the insulation. And then one day you'll get to use your trolling motor, or go to use your trolling motor, and it won't run. And you'll end up having to cut this wire way back to get away from all the corrosion. The last trolling motor, you guys that have been with me knows that it was 10 years old. I did this the day I installed it, and I never ever changed any of the connections. Never did another thing to it for 10 years. Never had any corrosion. So if you'll do that, you'll be set for the life of the trolling motor. Anyway, that's going to finish that up. Sure is hot. We didn't get to fish this week because we had jury duty summons. Took up the first part of the week. Spent several days messing with that business. And then we had this tropical storm that's come through. It's made landfall now, but all our coastal areas flooded here. Not from rain, but from super high tide because of the storm that pushed it up in there. So anyway, by next week things will be calmed down. We'll be back to fishing. Thanks for watching, folks. See you later.